Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you, and let's get right on into it. CYBL, they had great earnings, and the damn stock didn't move that much. But we're going to get into CYBL and go over those earnings and talk about all of this and the market. So Cybl released their second quarter financial and operating results, with the company delivering record revenue of, we knew it was over 8 million, 8.31 million. And look at this net income of 2.99 million. We're going to get into the details on that. It's really not quite that high, but it's darn good. This is strong. And I'm going to give this a rating of That's right, A+++. All right, so let's get into this report. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. And they've been moving into this software as a service and also platform as a service. And I'm wondering if that is really helping their profit margin, because their margins are really getting better. So they had 8.3 million, revenue of 2.9. The company also grew its balance sheet to 14 million with organic growth and platform acquisition strategy. So they grew their revenue $2 million over the last quarter, which is a 32%. Look, quarter over quarter is hard to do, 32%, so that's really strong. It says, importantly, the company also achieved a significant 240% increase in quarter over quarter net income, which that's amazingly good. It overachieved its revenue plan for the 6 months by 29% to 14 million versus 11 million they were talking about. And as you remember, they were talking about this company doing over $40 million this year. So the third and fourth quarter, they must be really looking for strong growth. And well, actually here they're talking about it. 44.8 million they think will be achieved, that's super strong. And if they keep up these margins, woo, could be excellent. And the 8.3 million they had planned on doing 6.8, so they beat it by 1.5 million and beat the plan by 22%. Revenue from operations has actually been 14, which is over $3 million better than they had planned. So they're beating their numbers, which is great. Revenue from operations, 22 million over the last 12 months. Net income of over $4 million over the last 6 months. That's where they're going to be able to do that buyback, obviously. And they talked about that when they announced the buyback plan of 19.5 million, that it'd be coming from organic growth. And right there, you're seeing it. It says, Mark Smith, the CEO, says, "Dear Cybl community, as you have suspected, we are involved in some remarkable new opportunities over the last few weeks. It's required a deep organizational focus and full engagement by our company at this point. I can say we look forward to briefing you on these special projects as soon as announcements are approved." He said, "Most importantly, I'm excited that our acquisition organic growth strategy continues to demonstrate the growth and diversity of our business scope, along with the recent cross-business unit projects we're involved with. We truly do have a force multiplier structure, and you can see this in our results." I mean, the results are strong. It says, "For me, both Q2 and the previous 12 months results are remarkable." He loves to say remarkable. Never seen anybody use that word so much. "These past 4 quarters are by far the best 4 quarters the company's ever experienced in both revenue and net income. Revenue's over 8 million and blah, blah, blah." So he goes down through here, net income over 4 million over the year. I mean, it's just, pretty much just addressing what we just discussed. He says they're harnessing the future, etc. So that's just, those are strong results. Let's look at the actual financials. All right, so they got $2 million in cash. They've got accounts receivable over 6 million. That's strong. That tells you the next quarter is going to be good, I would think. Total assets of 14 million. Total current liabilities of 6 million. Total long-term of 9 million. Now let's get into this profit and loss. 8.3 million. Cost of goods sold of 2.6. That gross margin is freaking strong as hell. That's really good. Total operating expenses of 2.9. Income from operations. This is the important number. We'll talk about this one down here, but this is not that important to me. This is what's important, minus the interest expense of 105,000. So over 2.5 million is the number I care about. Now it comes down here and it adds 700,000 due to gain on stock return to Treasury, that's fine. But I want to know what they're going to be able to do quarter over quarter. All right, and we look at this stock right now, and it's up 6% for the day. Look, it started out down today, and I actually put it in order at 0.0114, which was it was down to 0.0112 when I put it in, and literally 30 seconds later, because I had just gotten the news, it jumped. So I missed out on my adding, but I'm okay. I've got a pretty good amount of this. You know, it's a penny stock, so I don't go too crazy with it. You know my rules on penny stock. I don't let it get above 10% unless it's organic growth. Now, look, if it grew itself over 10%, I had this question the other day. He said, you know, how do you keep it over 10% if it does go up? My 10% is actual money in, okay? If this thing or several of my penny stocks went way up, I don't care for them to get above 10% if it's organic growth, you know, if it's profit. And I would take some profit on the way up. It's a penny stock. That's what I do. But, you know, I don't care to get above 10% if one of my stocks or two or three of them went up a bunch, which hopefully they'll do over time. I mean, they've been in the doldrums. But this is a new one for me, and I'm in good shape on it. You know, I'm pretty much break even right now on it, but I feel good about it because the main reason I invested in it was, number one, it's a profitable company. And number two, I took that yield sign into consideration. I bought this with my eyes wide open, and I knew that was a problem. So I felt like it had been priced in, so that's why I did it. But I know there's risk with the yield sign. I get that perfectly. So I'm watching this stock very closely, and if that yield sign goes away, hopefully this week, that's what they were talking about, this thing should jump. If it doesn't, I'll just buy more and more because, you know, without the yield sign there, this stock becomes a lot less dangerous. Even without that yield sign there, like I said, it's tough getting a stock to jump because the market's looking at this thing, and I see A+++ as far as the financials, and I think they're seeing this. Yep, C+. But hopefully when that yield sign goes away, we'll see a lot stronger results. Here you can see the shorts are down to 25%, and that number really ought to go down tomorrow. I'd be nervous shorting this stock right now after that strong a profit and loss. Because when you look at this thing, market cap of $59 million, and look, you know, they showed what I call a $2.5 million profit. Multiply that times 4. Well, that's 10. Put 10 into 60. Holy crap, a forward PE of under 10, that's super strong. It's the yield sign, I think, that's really creaking them in there. That son of a gun is.
Pain.
Yep, companies that have limited disclosure, financial information publicly available, but meet a minimum requirement, blah, blah, they don't. It's not good. It's no bueno. So this needs to go away. I know they're working like crazy on it, and you saw that in the disclosure. Right here, the attorney letter, they've already done one attorney letter. Here's another one saying that they believe it to be accurate, and the attorney, 30 years experience, said that very clearly. So it's just a matter of time, I think, but, you know, we'll see. All right, folks, and that's CYBL today. Just wanted to cover those earnings, and I'm sure several of you are like, why didn't it jump more? Well, like I said, I think we still got a problem there with that yield sign. But if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's be able to continue to cover CYBL. And if you haven't subscribed, I don't know what to tell you. I give you some pretty good information, and you won't hit the subscribe button. Don't you feel bad? Anyway, I hope you did like the content. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. And we'll see you next time, Mr. Frugal Investor.